Hello, hello, ladies. My name is Jana Strunk. I'm Independent Sales Director, and so I wanted to come to you tonight, and we have so many people that are emerging as leaders in our Mary Kay family that I really feel like it is super, super important for you all to know how to help your personal team members get the ball rolling in their Mary Kay business. So Rosie and I do new consultant orientation with new consultants that come in. So once you become an independent sales director, one of the first things that you're going to do is you're going to welcome them to your Mary Kay family. And so this is usually what I do is I give them a call, or if they're just a texter, I probably text and just say, hey, Susie Q, I wanted to welcome you to our Mary Kay family. I'm really looking forward to learning what you want from your Mary Kay business and how I can support you. So shoot me a text and let's set up a time to visit for 10 to 15 minutes so I can learn how I can serve you best. And so that 10 to 15 minutes, that's going to be the orientation that you are going to be doing with that person. And so one of the most important things, sorry, I'm going to mute some people out. Okay. All right. Okay, so one of the most important things that we can do as someone that's bringing someone into the company is help them to start making money right away. Wouldn't you agree? Is that a great idea? All right. I think it's a fantastic idea, and so we want to make sure that they feel welcome, warm and welcome. I want them to feel like they are the boss, they are calling the shots, because they are the boss of their own Mary Kay business, so they are making the decisions. But we are there as someone that will be guiding them and coaching them and just helping them along the way. So, when you started your Mary Kay business, it feels good to be included in something, to have everyone loving on you, but to also know that there's someone there to give you some information that will kind of keep things on track.
I'm back.
Okay, awesome. Sounds good. We're recording, so if you want to mute out, that will be great, or I can mute you out too, Denise. So anyway, I think it's super important to make sure that we make everyone feel very, very welcome. Now, once you emerge as an independent sales director, you'll do those contacts, but obviously, like right now, the people that are on your team, usually you know them. There's only a couple of different circumstances that you probably would not know them. For example, like they just signed up on your team you sent them an agreement online, okay? So you may not know them then, so you'd want to send a welcome, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, or even if you do know them, send them a message. Susie Q, I'm so excited. I'm so glad to have you on my team. I'm looking forward to getting together with you and just learning more about what you want from this and what your goals are. I can't wait to be, your biggest cheerleader. And so I think that that's so, so important. Okay, so when I do get together with someone for orientation, I usually get together with them. Sometimes it's over video chat if it's long distance, and if I can get together with them one-on-one, that's absolutely the best. So like face-to-face. So what I want to show you now is I want to show you just some of the sheets that I personally use to keep me on track on, when I'm working with brand new beauty consultants. And this is something that, if you're a brand new independent beauty consultant, you might not be doing this yet. This is something that your independent sales director will be doing, okay? So but if you are a brand new independent beauty consultant and you're like, I'm a rock star, I'm going to become an independent sales director, it's my goal to do that, then by all means, start doing this. But whatever you do, you'll want to contact your independent sales director and let her know. You want to let her know, hey, I talked to Susie Q. We set up a time that we're going to get together, and like within the next 24 hours, and I shared with her about this, and this, okay? So because what's going on is when people start getting into their red jacket and start earning cars and start emerging into director qualification, then what I've noticed happening is that these new people are connecting to their recruiter, and they're maybe connecting to the sales director a little bit, but we might be overlapping in information. And so we want to avoid too much overlap in information, and so this person's not having to retell their story 5 different times. They're not having to, hear the same information over and over and over. Not that it, that wouldn't be good to make it stick, but anyway, so that's why I'm going through this, and I think that this will be beneficial. So anyway, so if you will watch your screens, I'm going to share with you, we're going to share 3 different pages. Okay, so the first page that we're going to share is the 4P sheet. I call it the 4P sheet because it's something that Sean Key inspired me to start doing with my new team members, because I want to know, what their picture, purpose, passion, and possibilities are, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with y'all, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I say or talk to the people about. But the purpose of the 4P sheet is just getting to know her. What is her passion? What moves her? What would she like to achieve? And how can Mary Kay be part of that? And asking her what she would like from her Mary Kay business. You know what I mean? What would she like financially? So, and what is that for? So it's really digging deeper and getting to know her. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on my screen sharing. Okay, so can everyone see my screen? Okay, so here we are looking at the new consultant 4P sheet, and I haven't updated this in a little bit, so there are some of the app things at the bottom that are not applicable, but don't worry about that because the most important part is the first 5 questions, okay? So I usually jot down her information and I just say, okay, I don't say picture, I say, okay, so I just want to get to know you more. Tell me about you. And so if you already know her, I would just say, you know what, it's been a little while since we caught up. Tell me about your life. And then start writing down what they tell you. Usually they'll tell you about their family, their career, what's going on in their life. And so it's really good to allow them to open up. The second one is purpose. This is what really brings her joy. And so I like to ask, Susie, what really, really brings you joy? What makes you happy? And I will tell you, so many people on that one say making other people happy. Women are wired that way, but anyway, you'll get lots of different answers, but I really like digging deeper and talking with them about that. Next one is their passion. So, Susie, tell me a time that you felt super proud of yourself or an accomplishment that you achieved. So they'll tell you about that, and I always think that that's interesting to learn that and where they've won before. And the next one is the possibilities. So if time and money were not an issue, what dream would you like to come true a year from today? It could be anything. And so that is always interesting, and I love seeing, if there's any way that Mary Kay can inspire them and bring them more joy. If they say making other people happy, how can Mary Kay help them make other people happy? By serving them as their independent beauty consultant, by recruiting and building her team, and by helping other people be confident and more financially capable to achieve their dreams. And the possibilities, what if she could do anything? Well, I'd like to spend more time with my family. I've got 5 jobs. So how do you think Mary Kay can help them with that? So it's really digging deeper, and it will help you, I believe, in just getting to know people and how Mary Kay can help them. Okay? So the next one is, what is your level of confidence on a scale of 1 to 10? And so whatever they say, just believe them. And if it's 7 or higher, this is someone that you really probably want to consider staying really close to, because if they're that confident, they might be your next leader in the company, okay? They might be your running buddy or someone that's really going to emerge quickly, okay? So, but as I go through these things, it is conversational. I do want to honor their time, so I don't go into storytelling trails, but it is conversational, and I do share sometimes how Mary Kay can benefit them. Oh my goodness, you know, oh, you love to help people? You know what? You're going to bless so many people through your Mary Kay business. There's so many opportunities to do that. And so while I'm visiting with her at this point, usually I will ask things like, and you'll usually get an idea for how much they want to work their Mary Kay business and kind of where they're at with that. So, you know, there's usually, and sometimes I'll tell them or if I don't get a good vibe for what she wants to do, then I ask. You know, there's usually 3 ways people work a Mary Kay business, and that's either as a smart shopper, where they get their products for a discount, and you're wearing Mary Kay head to toe. And by the way, I would encourage you to get out the catalog and circle everything that you would use if you could buy it for half price, because as a smart shopper, you can, okay? I encourage all my new team members, all our new unit members, to go through that back of that catalog and be the super shopper, okay? Or you can work your business as a smart shopper and a side hustle, and that's where you make a little extra cash on the side. So you'd like to have a little extra household cash, and then there's the boss babe, and that's what I do. And I work my Mary Kay business and earn executive level income, and so you can do you can do it this way now, and then you can always shift in between. But where do you see yourself, like in 6 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year? What do you want to do with it? And so I would, you know, get that information, because it's important for us to know what they want to do. And by the way, then you're going to share that with your independent sales director as well. So make sure you jot that down. Down below, you'll see here that I do have some apps. So have you added her to the Facebook page? Just put a check mark on it if you have. Have you added her to Voxer, or has she gotten on Voxer? These are some of the things that we can tell them about that I thought were really important. So you can put a check mark there. But the survey questions, so that's on there because on the Great Start app, if you have the Great Start app, they get the Great Start app. If you look up Ready, Set, Sell, I like to open up the Great Start app with them and say, you know what, let's go ahead and take this survey real quick. And so this is just, you know, something that Mary Kay has created, and it really helps me know what you want from your business. So what is your desired income on a monthly basis? How much money would you like to make from your Mary Kay business? And write it down. And then how many appointments do you think that you'd like to hold per week or per month? So let's talk about per week first. And then jot that down. Do you think you'd like to attend local success events? And I know that the questions are all on that survey, but write these things down on here as well, so that way you and your independent sales director know going forward what her goals are. Would you like to earn a car? Would you like to become an independent sales director? Would you like to build a customer base? How about some extra cash? And by the way, no one ever says no to that. So anyway, so what you want to do is jot down this information and definitely share it, like I said, with your independent sales director once you've had that conversation, so she doesn't have to have that conversation again, okay? So after I go over this sheet, the next sheet that I go over is and I don't give her this sheet. That is for your records, and that is for you to share a snapshot with your independent sales director. The next sheet that I share is this is not the right one. Hold on just a minute, friends. Let me grab the other one. It is on here. It keeps hiding from me. Hopefully it's not in the trash, because I just put some old documents in there. Okay. Hold on just a second. Okay, guys. So it's not popping up here, and I don't want to spend a lot of time looking for this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to just go over one of the old ones because it doesn't really matter because the updated one is on the Jewels page, okay? Excuse me, rise page. Okay, habits. Okay, so we're just going to look at this one right here. So this is the action sheet. So on the new one, right down here, instead of having this stuff here, it actually has a, the contact list is longer, but then there is a beat the box challenge. And so you can tell them, oh my gosh, so this is a challenge that when you book 5 appointments before your starter kit gets here, you're going to get a prize from our independent sales director. How exciting is that? Okay, so what you're going to do first, and by the way, the purpose of this action sheet is to help her feel like she's in forward motion with a clear path. You know, there's so many things to do in Mary Kay, and so it's easy to like want to hop around and think, oh my gosh, okay, I need to study this, I need to do this. So this way it will help her kind of be laser focused on knowing what she needs to do. So, okay, so what I usually do is say, first what you're going to do is you're going to write down your contacts, and you can ask them if they'll be willing to do you know, facial with you just for practice. And then the next thing is in this area, read your flip chart. Start studying that flip chart. That is so important. Okay, so the next page. All right, so when will you work your Mary Kay business? It's important for you to schedule yourself just like anything else. And then I talk about the power start, the pearls of sharing, and then also talk about profit level. And when I get to that zone, I usually say, and we're going to talk about inventory here in a little bit. It's not a requirement, but I definitely do suggest it if at all possible. But we'll talk about that here in just a minute. There's lots of fun free products that you can receive with that. So then on the new one, it has download on your smartphone, and it has all the new apps on it, and it has exactly what they do. And then it has, you know, some different education information down here. So anyway, so that's what the action sheet is about, and that just kind of gives her a little bit of guidance. And then the next one that I go over is the Smart Start sheet. This is, I think, genius. This sheet is to give her detailed information and benefits of why inventory is important, how she can get the bonus products for the Ready, Set, Sell, and some ways that people acquire inventory, and what each different level can do for her, okay? So we're going to go ahead, and another thing that I like to do, Mary Kay has a brand new inventory video out. Did you all know that? So this new inventory video, it's something that we want to, that's something we definitely want to send out. We don't want to be sending out Director, you know, Jane Doe, because we want to follow whatever the company's promotions are. Okay, so this is the Smart Start sheet. And so these are some of the things going through this top box here. It says skincare and cosmetics are recession proof. And so, you know, the products are going to sell no matter what, because nobody ever gave up mascara just because they were short on cash, right? So we do have a 90% buyback guarantee for a full year, and that is on any, if you choose to quit Mary Kay, that is, because you can't just send back the products and get your money back if you don't like what you ordered. But the 90% buyback guarantee is if you do choose to quit Mary Kay anytime in the first year, you can send back any unused, unsold Section 1 items to Mary Kay for 90% of your money back. Okay, so our products generally have a 3-year shelf life with the exception of things that have SPF. And you know what, Susie Q? Myself or my independent sales director would be happy to guide you and help you customize an order that's perfect for you no matter at what level, because we know the things that have a shorter shelf life. We know the products that are going to sell fastest. We know the products that so many people are able to use, if that makes sense. So they're very universal products, and there are definitely products that are emergency products that you'll definitely want to have on hand, especially for yourself, right? I mean, you don't want to run out of eye makeup remover or mascara. So anyway, but then also Mary Kay has a 100% customer satisfaction guarantee. Okay, so looking down here, these are some different options, and so we don't have set packages. we can customize this just for you. But if you look down here, this first category is, this is the wholesale amount, and then this is the retail. That's what it's going to sell for. So you buy it for this price, and when it lands on your porch, this is what it's worth. And then, so the difference is your profit. Okay, so the description, I like this, ladies, because as you're describing these different levels, you know, you can start out at, okay, so 3,600, this is the, you have depth and variety. You have a little bit of everything. I wouldn't say you would have every product, but you would have several of the skincare, several of the supplements, several of the emergency products. You could have a little bit of everything. And at this level, you'd receive a color look if you place that order within the first 15 days. And you could also choose 6 free bundles from Mary Kay. So the bonus value at that level is $1,158. Isn't that awesome? That's pretty cool, right? Okay, so, and then additional gifts. So there's a star price from Mary Kay, a gift from the director, and jewelry from Mary Kay. So you're receiving all of those prizes at that level. And then the next one is the estimated monthly payment to pay off this order total in 12 months. So Susie Q, there are some different options, and we're going to talk about that here in just a minute, but Mary Kay does have a card right now that if you have great credit, you can apply for it, you can get approved, and you can have 0% interest for 12 months. So if that were the case, then you would be able to utilize that and pay $360 a month. Now, you shouldn't have to go out and get another job to pay off your inventory. We're going to talk about how you are going to be sharing the product with people to be paying that off with your Mary Kay profits. Okay? How's that sound? Great. Okay, so the maximum risk at this level is $360 because even if you send it all back to Mary Kay, you know, you would only not have that $360, but okay, let me just tell you this. If you're going to get $1,158 in free product and you lost $360, you could probably save some of those free products that you use. Well, you would save all of them because Mary Kay doesn't refund you for those. But think about this. Oh my gosh, I don't think you really lost in that zone. So that's pretty exciting. Okay, so then I would go down to the next level. And then I would tell her, okay, so you still have a great amount of product, but you know, you still have some variety. But then as you go down, you know, you get down to the 600 wholesale, and this is just you, head to toe. If you're just using Mary Kay head to toe, you could use that much yourself. That's the 600 wholesale, okay? So one of the things that I also put in there, but I think it's down below about Mary Kay, you get more website referrals when you're a star consultant. And that is so true because Brianna Starnes recruited Caitlin Frederick because she was a star consultant and Caitlin was able to find her on marykay.com. So you guys, it really is important. Okay, so then I go down below and to the green box and say, okay, so how many clients do you think that you'd like to see per month? Or one of the best ways to do that is, you know, what do you want to profit per month? And so I would do that backwards. So I would say, what do you want to profit per month? And then, so you take the profit and you multiply that times 2.5. And that is going to give you what she needs to sell per month to make that profit, okay? So if she said, I want to make, let's see, if she said, I want to make $1,000 a month through my Mary Kay business. So you take 1,000 times 2.5, that equals 2,500, okay? And then you see we're just using an average of $60 per customer. So instead of multiplying, I'm going to divide. So 2,500 divided by 60. I know I always do things backwards. I apologize. And so she would need to see about 40 people a month. And so 40, and so I would like 40 faces a month divided by 4 weeks. So that's seeing only 10 people a week, you guys. That's not huge. But then what you would, you know, if her sales were 2,500, then in the 50% product, you would divide that by 2 because it's 50%, and so you'd put 1,200 in the product area, and you would put 250 because 10% of 2,500 would be for different expenses like Section 2, things like that, and then 40% would be her profit, which is 1,000, right? So, and then down below that it says pay, loan, / build, and personal profit. So if she's got $1,000 profit, and how much does she want to pay off with her card? So even if she started out with the Emerald Start order, so maybe she wants to pay off $400 a month just to be ahead of the game. And so pay loan, you'd put $400 in there, and then personal profit, you'd put $600 in there, so that she'd be profiting $600 cash in her pocket if she did that. And then once her inventory is paid off, then that's done. Then she's got 1,000 profit. So then I would go over here and I would say, well, these are some of the ways that people find money to start their business. So I would just go through those and say, do you have options available? And she'll tell you yes or no. And then you can tell her when the quarter starts, when the quarter ends, and the benefits of being a star, quarterly gifts and prizes, customer loyalty, reorders, recognition events, and referrals from the website. So that is on there. So, and then on the right is just women want convenient, and it's reasons why having product on hand is handy. We all know that it is so convenient to have product on hand, right? So anyway, so I go through that, and then I ask her, you know, do you have options available? Well, if money were no object, which one of these would you select? Sorry, I closed that out. So which one of these would you select? And then I'll probably circle it, and I'll say, tell me a little bit about that. How does that make you feel? Does that make you feel excited, nervous? What questions do you have for me? Okay. Do you want to start going ahead, you want to go ahead and start customizing that, or do you want Jana to help you customize that? So ask some questions, you know, when are you prepared to do that? Because some of the things, you know, going forward, you'll want to, you know, do those things with her. The next thing that I would do is set up a launch party, no matter what level she wants to work her Mary Kay business at, even if she says, I just want to be a smart shopper. Awesome. Well, along with your starter kit came a launch party. And so this doesn't mean that you might be going anywhere after the launch, but this is what I like to do. I like to make sure that all of your friends and family have the knowledge and they get to try all of the Mary Kay, you know, different Mary Kay skincare lines and things like that. And so I would just love to come help you pamper them. And so you're going to go ahead and set up that launch party. Now, if she's anything more than that level, you know, if she's like, yeah, absolutely, I'm super excited about my launch party, I'm ready to get my business rolling, then you're going to even go to the next level and coach her on doing the launch. First thing, make an inventory decision. Let's make a decision. Let's get your product in. We've got your launch date set. We want to make sure that you have product to hand out to the people at that time. Number 2, have her start making her list and inviting friends. The script is right on the action sheet. She can go ahead and start inviting her friends. And I would encourage her to invite 20 to get 5 there, because life happens. And about half of the people that say that they can come will actually show up because life happens. And the next thing that I would have her do is study the flip chart. That is so important. If you study the flip chart, she's going to feel way more confident. And our goal is to get her confident and selling this product. If she feels good about it, when she goes to that launch party, she's going to want to do it again. She'll be like, oh my gosh, that was so much fun. And so encourage her to study the flip chart. And if she doesn't have the flip chart yet, you know, tell her, well, just start inviting people and start booking appointments, because remember, when you're booking appointments, you're going to earn a special prize from our sales director, okay? And there is a flip chart, though. There is a digital flip chart on the Showcase app. So if she wants to look at that in advance, that's awesome. Also, add ink pens and cotton balls to your starter kit because those are not in there. And on the action sheet, it does tell what she should add, so that is on there as well. And then coach her on how to ask the coaching questions to the guests that are going to arrive. Is your skin normal, dry, or oily? If you could change anything about your skin, what would it be? And who do you know that's awesome that would just love to, that would be able to join us that night? So that way you're creating multiplication and you're having more people come. Okay? All right. That way you've got the ball rolling. Another thing is when you are going over the apps, I always encourage them, Great Start app is one of the very first apps that you're going to want to get. And on that Great Start app, and I ask her, Susie Q, do you have extra time here and there, like while you're at work, that maybe you can't be talking on the phone or anything like that, but you could maybe have an earphone in and listening to some training? Okay, well, Mary Kay has some really great training on there. And so go to the Education tab and do the Skincare Confident and Color Confident first. And the third one I would encourage you to do is MK University, okay? So the Color Confident, that's going to get you really roaring on all of Mary Kay's skincare. You're going to know what to suggest to anyone that has any issue. The Color Confident, obvious, but I think that one is so much fun. And then, of course, the MKU really helps you run your business. So with that in mind, what questions do you all have? Let me make sure. I'm going to go ahead and get off of this screen and back to, okay. Okay, I'm going to unmute, or can y'all, here, I'll unmute. I can't unmute everyone. Oh, there we go. Okay, do y'all have any questions? Anyone? Rosie, do you want to pop on? Do you have any input?
No, well, I was just going to say that I think that, what you've come up with has made it so much easier, to have a plan of action per se, with the action sheet, and the 4P and the, what do you call that?
Smart Start.
Thank you, Smart Start. I mean, I think that if somebody is not comfortable doing that right away, then I would suggest they contact their independent sales director and just go over that with them again, because I think sometimes, you kind of feel like you have it, and then when you go to do it, you're like, I mean, I think it's easier for us because we've done it, but it is a wonderful guide, and it doesn't let anything slip through the cracks if you follow that guideline. So.
Right. Great. Sounds great. Well, I'm going to end the recording.